All right, it is currently a balmy 60 degrees. The last video you saw me in, it was 91. We've had 2 freezes since that video, so you actually joined me a few weeks later. I'm 2 weeks behind where I was planting last year. Some other actions that have taken place. It was my son's birthday last week, so his grandfather helped us build a swing set. It's my birthday this coming weekend, so my wife got a brand new chicken coop. And if you're married, you understand the meaning behind that. What our goal is right now is to get potatoes and beets into the ground. Down here, you see I've made 2 trenches about 1.5 feet deep in this bed and mounded up the earth on both sides. This is a seed potato. This is growth from the eye of the seed potato. You see how it's green and it's firm here? That's because I chitted this potato. Chitted means I put it in sunlight on a windowsill. Now, none of the other eyes on this potato sprouted. So normally I would cut up a potato this big and get multiple plantings out of it. But because only this one eye sprouted, she's going in like this. And it is complicated as put it in the ground and then we'll cover it here at the end. This is what you're trying to avoid by chitting. This long strand here is fragile. Now, I still put this in the windowsill, so it started to turn green, and it's hardied up some, but you don't want these long, spindly growths. The idea is, by chitting, you avoid this, and you should hopefully have a bit sturdier of a potato to grow. This bag had already started this in the dark and already gotten these spindly growths, and I didn't see that when I picked it up because I only had a little window in the front to look into. So be careful. We're going to space these about 1 foot apart from each other in all ways. And as it grows and we get a sprout, we're going to continue to mound over it and mound up and up and up, which will hopefully get you more potatoes. But I'm going to go ahead and get these in the ground, and then we're going to come back and we're going to cover them. Here we are, all planted. Now here on my sturdy garage sale chair, we're going to grab some other seeds, get to these other beds. Some of that you'll see in this video, some you'll see in the next. My son is serenading us. This next bed I'm doing is going to be a mixture of beet and radish. And I thought I'd give you a look at a beet seed if you've never seen it before. See, it's actually a cluster of seed in there. So we should get more than one that comes from that single cluster. A lot of people thin their beets out. I don't. They grow just fine coming up. And this particular variety is a golden variety, which is just Burpee's Golden, if I remember correctly. The seed packet is from a couple of years ago. We'll see if we get as good germination. We're going to do 3 rows here. We're going to do beet, radish, then beet. Let's get to it. All right, so you want to spread these out fairly generously because you do want a big beet. And since they're big clusters like this, it is much easier to separate than, say, carrot seeds, which, if you've ever planted a carrot seed, the only thing smaller than it might be a molecule. I'm going to use up this whole bag for this bed because beets go quick in my family. So you're going to see me finish planting and then I'll come back to you. All right, ended up having enough beets for this entire bed. So I'll probably do radishes in another smaller bed I have. Like I said, beets are a big thing in my family. Last year I got completely zeroed out. All the seeds got eaten. Year before that I did okay. But hopefully we do better in this year, and we'll see what happens. If you haven't had pickled beets, by the way, highly recommend. All right, this is the new bed. And it's already filled with soil, courtesy of my father. So I guess I have to forgive him for the wheelbarrow incident. Unlike the beets, the radishes are their own individual seeds, and I have not found a way to kill them. They grow extremely fast, extremely easy, all year long, and they are quick to harvest. So if you like radishes, they're something you can grow cheap, quick, and easily. I'm not too worried about having multiples. You can come through and weed these out. And like I said, it's really hard to kill radishes. I'm being much more liberal here than I normally would be, because this is an old seed pack, and it's a variety that I grew one year and then just forgot about the next. The keys for the potatoes, the radishes, and the beets is to make sure the soil is loose. It has been extremely well raked and loosened up, and my son is having a great time. So all I did is come through and rake this bed that my father had already set up. He had raked the other ones as well, because he's retired and that means that he has to work nonstop. With it raked, you should be able to stick your fingers in, loosen it up, things like that. Let's move on to some other stuff. Here's our strawberries coming up. You can see there's a little strawberry right there. They're doing pretty good. I might get a few other plants this year. Here's our blueberry bush. Always an amazing performer. What I will tell you about blueberries is the soil is very particular. I would suggest getting a good azalea mix that has the right alkalinity for your blueberries. And I've mixed it in one time, never touched it. That's its third year. Anyway, that's the tubers and root vegetables that I'm planting this year. And a little bit of a look at our berries and how they're coming along. Hopefully you guys are getting some out of this. I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now. Plain. The only time I do this is when I record or if I'm trying to put the baby to sleep.